feel like JPEG Mafia is the type to like have heavy like copyright on his shit.
Heavy what?
Copyright like
Yeah.
on his shit. Like
Most definitely.
this whole time we're talking,
Yeah.
it's just gonna be like, all right, we'll use it as warm up time.
He paid a lot for these samples, bro. So you know
I'm
he
sure,
ain't trying to
huh?
have some motherfuckers use it for free. I was about to say, you dress like somebody like that would shoot somebody.
I am dressed for a hunt right now.
You
huh?
seem like the guy that's gonna have that clapback type of fire, you know.
Nah, I am
Shooting
dressed
over
for
the lettuce, you know what I mean?
over the lettuce.
Yeah, like when something pops off, you're the first one to, you know, clap back. Boom, boom. Oh, who else has the gun?
With my little gun.
Yeah.
My
Talking about all that gunplay. Dude, JPEG Mafia, he be on that gunplay. He always likes a lot of gunplay talk.
His is probably a military experience, huh?
Ex-military.
Well, military experience, yeah.
Yeah. Veteran.
Veteran. Bald.
The veteran. The bald veteran.
Bald veteran. Peggy.
Nah, man, that was a good album. I mean, when did this come out? Like August 1st so far? And I mean, I've probably replayed it about, I don't know, probably like 3 times now.
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
What was that?
Yeah, that's yours.
Oh, shit. Almost got lost in there.
You sat on the remote and then you said, my ass.
She almost got lost up in there.
Yeah, shit.
Damn. I like easing it. You know,
That
the
peanut butter on
transition.
your controller? No, I'm playing.
What? Yeah, I do get shit on my controller though because I'm always snacking.
You looked
Peanut
at
butter
you,
would be a
really,
thing,
you looked
too.
at your hands.
Peanut butter would be a thing too because I'm always having peanut butter with something like on a bagel or on like a sandwich or something.
Yeah. Welcome back, huh?
Don't wait.
Don't wait.
Don't ever wait.
Don't do
Ever.
it.
Ever.
I like what we just did there. Don't wait. Don't wait.
Don't wait. Don't wait.
In succession.
Succession.
Nah, the podcast's about basically life and how you can lay it down.
True.
I know Cam and Mace would probably say pause, but I'm gonna stick with that.
Well, not necessarily, right? Not necessarily pause.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I know.
And even if
Don't assume.
Yeah, and even if it was, I mean, that's still cool too.
Right?
Whatever. Don't wait.
Yeah, don't wait at all.
Whatever it is, don't
Why
wait
would
for
you
it.
wait? Why would you wait to ask her? Why would you wait to try out that new hobby?
Go for a bike ride.
Go for a bike ride.
That's what we did. So we're like, I guess.
How many hobbies do you think? I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was gonna say as we're exploring this this thing we call life, I guess this is kind of our perspective.
Yeah.
Things may change. Most things are a joke, or they're not real.
They're really
They're all
not.
made up
A lot of stuff is.
for comedic
Just
purposes.
like organic products in the supermarket, it's a very small aisle to shop in. You know, it's like none of it is like ever like super duper 100% holistic, right?
Like how organic.
We've come to this point in society where nothing is kind of like unseen.
It's funny.
or
That's something I wanted to ask you earlier. That I think we got off topic now. but whatever.
unscathed.
What do you ever get organic shit, or like do you pay more for like the grass fed or
See.
the cage free eggs, shit like that? What do you think about that?
No.
You don't do it?
Most of the time not. The only time I ever get anything fancy like that is I get Mountain Valley spring water.
It's pretty fancy.
Yeah.
I'd say for water.
Ollie
for sure.
Pops.
Ollie Pops, okay. All right.
And if I do buy fruit, I'll pay like usually up to $1 more for organic. But once it starts getting in this astronomical difference, I'm like, I'm good.
But even like dollars per pound. I mean that goes up. That makes it go up quite a bit for some of them.
Most definitely, you got to read that little tiny font underneath.
I don't do it from most things where I get organic, but I do get some fancy things like eggs, milk, and butter. For some reason, the fancy one, the fancy ones call to me.
Yeah.
Like the cage-free eggs and the grass-fed milk and butter.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm like, that seems, cause I just imagine like that, just like they milk the fucking cow and straight into the bottle, and then they give it to you, the organic grass-fed. It's as close as you can get in
Whenever
my
they
brain.
squirt it out of the udders, I'm always like, dang, it looks mad thin
Think so?
to me.
They actually sell raw milk
Really?
at
I've never had that.
like Whole Foods or Sprouts. Me either. But they have to sell it and advertise it as dog meal topper because you're not allowed. It's like federally illegal to sell that type of unpasteurized. So like, although dairy's pasteurized, that one's not. So that they have to sell it as a dog topper.
Yeah.
Meal topper. But some people drink it. Some people swear by it.
Yeah.
That's funny you bring that up. I haven't tried it. I'm always tempted to, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I like my
I could
milk.
give or take.
Do you drink milk?
As long as it's not chunky, I'm good. I don't really drink milk. I only drink like chocolate milk.
Do you drink almond milk or cow's milk? Are you an almond milk guy?
I like almond milk. I do.
Really?
Yeah.
I was on almond milk for years, like probably
Really?
high school through college.
Mm-hmm.
But lately, and I'm a cow's milk guy, and shit's fire.
Yeah.
It's fire. I feel like Homelander.
Yeah.
But another thing bikes. We're talking about hobbies.
Yeah.
You were gonna ask a question.
I was gonna ask you, like, this is just do you think, how many hobbies do you think, and we're talking men talk, we're gonna go into the section of the show where it's gonna be we're gonna do man talk, all right? You know,
Sure.
Non-masculine, but
I
we're
never
gonna
thought
be
this,
men.
this podcast would be like, have a female fan base anyway.
Oh no, but see, they need to know the opposition. You know,
I'm cool with them listening though.
Yeah, it's like bird watching. You need to stay out there just to absorb everything that's.
That would be
flying around
wise
you.
for them, actually.
Yes, exactly, and vice versa. And
Sure.
see, I'm
I
right.
don't do that.
Yeah.
Have you heard of
need
guys,
to.
real quick before we go back to that, have you heard of guys downloading period trackers so they can track their girlfriend's periods?
Really?
You never heard of that?
Um,
You don't have social media like that, so you don't see like posts or like.
I don't see that,
like
but that's innovative, I guess. But I won't be needing that. You know, I think that's a field thing. I don't need my phone telling me that.
I think you could also track too, like, if he pregnancy scares or things like that too, or kind of keep track of that somehow as well.
It's like
Joe Budden.
That's like having like a mechanical pitching arm attached to you, like like Cyborg and shit. It's like, so is it you throwing the balls or is it the robot? Like,
AI.
I'm
That's
good.
kind of a cool AI right there.
I'm
You're
good.
like, hey Siri, tell me when when it's happening.
Yeah.
And then you'll just know.
It's gonna be, hey Siri, what should I do today?
It's so That's one thing that's so crazy right there.
How many hobbies do you think like a man should have?
I think you should have at least one hobby. If you don't have at least one hobby, then you should probably find one.
Right.
But you could have I feel like I don't even want to put a limit on it. There might be people with 100 hobbies, I guess. I mean, that sounds unrealistic, but I feel like you at least got to have one, and you can have as many as you please.
Right.
What
Yeah.
do you think?
At least one. I would say have at least. I mean, this is just my preference. I think one is of course doable, but I think that 2 or 3 range would be even more better because like say yeah, at least maybe I'll just say 2, maybe inside and outside hobbies. Because and then both can like garner your happiness like in privacy, and then garner your happiness in probably public spaces if it's outside, more than likely.
Yeah.
So, and plus not only that, but it's like an exercise kind of thing, more than likely again, if you're outside. Most of the time you're outside because whatever you're doing, you can't do it inside. So it's like, yeah, hiking or playing baseball or running or whatever,
Yeah.
It's like have a hobby outside, have a hobby inside. So
Yeah,
then when you're chilling, it's not like you're like, I don't know what else to do other than run. It's like, fucking,
It's kinda
build a
like-
Lego set.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I like the way you put it. I mean, it's like stimulate your brain and like your physical and your body.
Yeah.
One physical hobby and one like mental hobby.
And if you really want to get crazy, get a third one. Get for the spirit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be, and you could even blend it. Like yoga is kind of like both.
Yeah.
And or maybe you like to read
Meditation.
books. Or yeah, meditation. I mean, it could be a hobby, I guess, especially if you really take it to like the bounds of like going to shrines and like getting into some type of group or ceremony.
Even breath work. Have you ever tried to do like breath work? It's some crazy shit.
Not really.
I
Not,
swear
at least
one
I
time
haven't.
I
I haven't
did-
done it in a functionally like practical way.
I'll have to look up the video I did, but I swear I did one time for like 2 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You feel it's like a reset. It's like a reset. Like I feel instantly happier afterwards. But it's like intense breathing. It's like like super like intensely, and then it'll have you like hold, and it's like breathe out. Like it takes you through like almost like it feels like a workout, but you're just breathing.
You got that from Joe Rogan, didn't you?
No, another podcast though.
Oh, okay.
But
Seemed like a JRE thing.
we'll have to watch a video on that because yeah, no, there's the breath work.
Yeah.
I want to say it has something to do with what is that gland, the DMT gland.
Pineal.
You could like release some shit from it with just on breathing.
Yeah. Oh, I bet. I mean, if we were to be compared to like a car's engine, which I guess we do have similar properties when it comes to energy and like, you know, like output and input, you know, like all good engines take in a lot of air. So I think it would work the same for us and how we work. I mean, I think if you take in a lot of air, usually you're a pretty good engine. Like most of the time, if you take in a lot of air, it's like because you have a lot of muscle, or because you're breathing really hard because your body's allowing you to even get to that extremity. You know. So I mean, if you breathe good, I think you'll live good.
Yeah.
I think that's super big. I should probably look into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think smoking weed affects your lungs?
Depends on how you're doing it. That's actually a big thing. It's a huge thing. Cause like say a bong and a blunt, not comparable. It's just not.
Yeah. What about like a dab pen?
Not comparable.
Probably can't be great. That's
No,
probably
no.
the same
That's
level
probably,
as a
I think
regular
that's
vape.
the worst one. I
That'd
think
be
that's
the same level as like just a nicotine regular vape, huh?
Yeah.
Which is bad.
Most definitely. I mean, cause it's electronically heated. It's not even like a natural like flame anymore.
It's oil.
It's an electronic flame. It's an electronic reaction to fucking like a substance
smoker.
that's
You become an oil smoker.
It's a syrup.
Yeah, literally, bro.
It's a sap.
Edible is just the best way to go.
Most definitely. No smoking necessary.
I wonder if
It's
we
just
I wonder
it's
if
just
I should try
the
that for a bit.
I've done it. I've kind of been on the edible, you know.
Is it
Edible wave, but I'll say
Costs
it's a
more.
dark tunnel though. No, it doesn't.
doesn't cost us more?
No. It's cheaper probably.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like edibles are more expensive.
Now, if you start doing it to the point where, you know, you're doing it all year or something like that, I mean, of course
How high are you trying to get?
Well, no, I'm just saying you're gonna have to buy a lot,
Yeah.
you know, of food. But that's a dark route because you have to be like, I'd say to do edibles, it's funny. It's so weird. Everybody that doesn't smoke, that's what they always say. Oh, I'll just do edibles. It's like, it doesn't work like that, hun. You know, actually, edibles are for veterans.
Well, speaking of Joe Rogan, he taught me that when you consume them with the edible, you pretty much take in like 90% more or some shit like that.
Oh yeah,
something crazy.
We get a fraction of what we're supposed to get from the like the inhaling of weed or cannabis or whatever. It's like there's a lot more cannabinoids than THC just getting burnt. And plus, like, think about it. You put it in the grinder, you see how much you're like, because you're really like just ripping it to shreds and stuff. So like, it's not like a fine process. You're good. Did you do that into the mic?
No, I went over here.
Oh, okay. I was like, they're gonna love that ASMR.
I was thinking.
What'd you taste? Corn dogs?
Wouldn't it be funny? Do you ever like think of skits or something like, damn, that'd be a funny skit?
All the time.
In your head? Yeah, I thought about one.
I got a whole movie notes in my iPhone, like movie ideas.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, this is just a skit note. So imagine this dude that's like super gangster and he's like tough and stuff. He's always trying to fight. And he's like, you know, ready to shoot you and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But then like it shows him going into like his apartment, and then he's like, and then he goes sets up a live on TikTok and he's just like eating ASMR. He's just like, all right, yo, I'm back.
I'm back. Yeah.
He just like. Just doing food reviews and just like ASMR eating in the phone.
I gotta lick the marinara off my tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
Just like the scariest guy outside, and then as soon as he gets indoors, he's just streaming like.
I love me a good paradox.
Yeah, that is good.
I think that's the coolest shit ever, actually.
Key and Peele would do that. Would do that shit if they were still making
Little skits, yeah.
skits.
Yeah, paradoxes are the coolest. I think that is like the ultimate sign of just innovation. Like it's like these like whatever's like a paradox out there is always gonna be like a standout. Always and it's just so cool. Like
Are you a fucking walking paradox? No, I'm not
perhaps.
threesome, but a fucking triceratops.
Oh, I saw where you're
reptile.
going there.
Oh,
I saw
okay.
where you're
Oh,
going there. No, I saw where you're going there.
I was like, oh, that's a weird question if you don't get the context.
Are you a fucking walking paradox? Are you a fucking walking? The fucking, that's what threw me off. Are you a fucking walking paradox? That's what I was like. But nah, it's just dope. Like I don't know, like I'll even say your thug. Like what if he's like a thug and shit, but he's like a waiter at like a 5-star restaurant, and they only hired him because he's that good or something. That's the other thing too.
Had a movie like that. We had that guy in it. What's that guy's name from Atlanta? Skinny dude.
From Atlanta, skinny guy.
Not Donald Glover. Not from the city Atlanta. Sorry, I don't know if he is. No, he's British. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, the show.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think his name's Darius in that.
I
Can't think of his name, but
I'm not sure.
he has that movie that he's like a call center. It's like thank you for calling or some shit like that.
I think I know what you're talking about.
He has like then he puts on like a white voice or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about
Some
freaking
call center voice.
Oh man. Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
I can see him. He's the dude from Get Out.
Is he? Yes, he's in that.
Yeah.
He's in that.
Yeah, I like him a lot too.
Yeah, he's great. He's really good in Atlanta.
Fuck.
I know you haven't seen Atlanta. I'm surprised.
Everybody says that. I just saw him too in something. I forget.
Is he in Bullet Train, or am I making that up? I think that might be the other guy from Atlanta. That's in
Lakeith
Bullet Train.
Stanfield.
Lakeith
Fuck.
Stanfield.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn, I could not remember that for
Me
some
either.
reason. Lakeith Stanfield. Nah, he's dope. I resonate with him a lot.
How did we get to him?
Because we were talking about paradoxes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's a good paradoxical like reference too, though. Like the thank you for calling or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole That's a whole movie about a paradox.
But it gets weird. Have you seen it?
It does. It gets super weird.
I haven't seen the
I
ending.
love
I
that.
don't remember it, but I
Yeah.
remember it getting super weird.
It's cool. Or even like Marshawn Lynch and shit. Even though there's plenty of running backs that are thugged out and shit, but he's just like he plays for Seattle too. You have to remember that, like the more clean cut kind of team, you know. He's like just like that theatrical thug.
Theatrical thug?
Yeah. Or even like if you want to bring up Tyler, he's a crazy paradox too because he makes like really pretty music with like a really rough and abrasive voice. Especially like on Igor. Even with his vocals tuned up, he still has that grime to it.
Speaking of grime, this has nothing to do with this. What'd you think about Vultures 2? Was that kind of a surprise drop? I don't remember seeing anything about that, and then it just came out.
Well, I'm classically trained in Kanye, so whenever Kanye starts alluding albums and things like that, I don't pay attention to it at all. I stopped doing that after St. Pablo.
Yeah.
After St. Pablo, I made a seance with myself and told me that I ain't gonna ever do that. Like wait on Kanye. So when it dropped, I was like, oh cool. I was like, it's out. Saw it on Spotify. I said, damn, okay. So he actually does have it. And I was like, I clicked on it and I listened to it, but I wasn't really that impressed.
Yeah.
I heard a snippet of 530 a long time ago on YouTube, and I love that. I love that beat. I just think it's like really pretty, and I just love it. I could just listen to that loop all day long. Like that's like, ugh, I love beats like that. But other than that, man, it was just pretty mid.
I couldn't really listen. Like, I don't remember it. And I tried listening to it all the way through. I don't even remember if I did or not.
Yeah.
Nothing really stood out. I mean, I like the song Promotion. I'd heard that as a leak, like, a while back. But I like that one. That one's fun.
Well, Kanye just sounds lazy.
On that one?
He sounds lazy.
He's hitting some
He
little
thinks he can
notes.
just throw anything on the wall and it'll stick.
That one's definitely more, I don't know, nothing, yeah, definitely nothing innovating.
Yeah.
But he catches a little nice flow on it. Future's nice on it, I think. But
Well, he gets
nice
outshined by
song.
everybody. Not only Ty Dolla, but
yeah.
who else was on there? I can't even really remember. I listened to it early as fuck in the morning.
Playboy Cardi's a little bit on there, but I don't really remember his shit too much.
It's just not memorable. Like it's like popcorn. Like I just popped it and ate it and left. You know, like left the fucking little kernels on the movie theater floor. You know what I mean? Somebody will snatch it up, I guess. So.
If that's popcorn, what do you call JPEG Mafia's album?
Chimichanga.
Chimichanga?
Yeah. Extra sour cream. And probably like well done.
Like crispy? Like extra
crispy on the edges,
extra
soft
crispy?
in the middle.
What's inside?
It's chicken. Has cheese in it, but 3 types of cheeses, you know, Mexican blend. Also has white rice along with black beans and a little bit of avocado, half a slice of avocado in there.
Inside? Wow.
Inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So sounds like it's pretty good then.
Yeah, and it'll be available and it'll be $13.99.
$13.99.
Limited amount of time. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So you'd wait in line for that shit?
It's called the winged peg.
It's called the I Lay Down My Life for You.
Yeah. I laid down this fork for you.
Lay down my knife for you.
Knife for
there
you.
we go. It was right in front of us.
Yeah. I laid down my knife for you. Split it right down the middle.
There we go.
Sharing.
Yeah.
It's a shareable
No,
amount.
you put down the knife because you just fucking you just go straight fork. Fuck the knife.
Sport.
Just,
Sport because you're in prison.
Spoon even once you get to the middle.
Oh.
No, yep. I like a nice. Oh, this is super stupid, but I like a nice red chili, like a red chili filled inside.
Red chili.
Yeah, like that type of. The fuck is it called? Chimichanga.
Yeah.
That type. Fire. But give us your spiel.
About what?
About the JPEG Mafia album.
I lay down my life.
From the certified. What are his fans called? The Pegsters?
I don't know.
The Peggers?
Peggers.
That sounds bad.
Peggers.
Pegging. Anyway, well, yeah. Give us your spiel on it. Breakdown.
I enjoyed it. Like, I caught on to JPEG like veteran, so. Like just like I've liked veteran. I like LP, and I think that he's always gonna transgress. Like it's so cool to always see like an artist that can bring like a different sound that isn't like copying or stealing, but more like taking inspiration. And that's just what he's on right now. You know, he's on like this grunge hop. You know, it's like it looks like the album cover. It's black. It's kind of like against the grain, and it's very him. I mean, I like most of the songs on there too. I think.
What are your misses?
The misses? I'd say the one I don't like the most is probably I'd agree with your ex-military take. Like I like ex-military is cool, and it actually based on the name alone, I really was interested in clicking on it. Like when I scrolled through the track list, I was like, okay, I need to check out ex-military. When I got to it, I mean, it was cool. Like I will say I've never heard JPEG on a beat like that. You know, like so classic to bring out like that sample. But I think it just kind of lingered a little too long. I mean, he was honestly trying to do some like Mad Lib type shit and like just as he said, loop it and leave it. I love that song, and I like just like that name and title and shit too. Loop it and leave it, because I'm a big fan of that shit. Um, but yeah, ex-military man. I mean,
Yeah, not that it's bad. Just if you had to pick
but
one.
no, it was just like it's an ode to like I feel like it was if you ask him, it's an ode to the Death Grips. That's like their debut mixtape album kind of thing. That they did, and he's always like shared the same kind of podium with like that kind of niche artistry. So he's always had comparisons and always mentioned in the same breath. So uh, I was just
by Fantano.
huh.
By Fantano.
Yeah, by anybody who's into shit like this. I mean, if you know JPEG Mafia, vice versa, you probably know Death Grips, So, more than likely, right? So.
Were you surprised to see our 85% taste match on our bike ride?
I mean, I guess, yeah. When you said that, I was like, really?
Mm-hmm. Maybe I should click on the link again, see if it still works to do that again.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a lot of songs, though.
We were riding. We went for our first downtown Phoenix bike ride. Parked over around 7th Street Indian School area. Just biked. We just went south from there. South towards downtown. Went in some circles. I couldn't even tell you exactly where we went or how far we went. Or went about 2 hours, I guess. But
yeah.
It was sick.
It was dope. Like that's we were talking about hobbies earlier. I mean, that's definitely gonna be like a new hobby of ours for sure, or at least of mine. I mean, I'm sure you're gonna ride your bike too, but I'm just speaking for me.
I went for another one this morning.
That's
when I realized I was so sore.
Oh.
My ass cheeks and yeah, my quads. My quads are tired.
Dang.
Not like killing me sore, but like I could just tell like a little bit.
Yeah, but when you get back on, you realize like the muscles that you've developed in those areas.
My quads, man. I'm like hell yeah. But also like my seat.
Yeah.
The seat area too.
I caught a bad chafe.
I bet.
Yeah.
You have to take some baby powder with you next time.
Oh, it's all good. I'm just eating it.
Huh?
I said it's okay. I'm just eating it. But anyway, back to the JPEG thing.
Yeah.
Like, I'd say I'm pretty satisfied as a fan. Like I'm just ready to see it live. Yeah.
Ready to let him spit in your mouth?
No. No. You're probably gonna take off your hat and then lick it off. You spit in your hat and lick it off.
Next pod cover or after that follows the concert is gonna be a picture of you just with front row, mouth wide open.
At least my booty cheeks aren't spread.
He's gonna be gripping the back of your head.
Nah.
But so do you think? I've seen this thrown around, but I really started like noticing myself and I would agree that. Do you think this is like the best year for like especially hip hop music since like 2016? Memorable wise.
When it comes to me and my like what I like to gravitate towards, I mean it's pretty non-comparable. Like, I mean 2016 of course was, I mean the whole 2010s, like we're all gonna come to realize that like that whole wave of hip hop is really like the generation that's gonna lead the stampede forward. They're like molting into these like neo OGs already, like the Danny Browns, the Kendrick Lamars, the Absols, Schoolboy Q's, like even like getting into like Young Thug and J. Cole, like all these dudes. Future, yeah, like they're molting into the OGs. Even Drake and shit, like they're all molting into the OGs, like that are kind of becoming in a way almost like a lot of them are in that age range where we're to almost see the best music out of them, you know, especially when it
You
comes
would
to like
hope.
their metamorphosis type shit, like their change, where they're gonna go, you know. Low key, the Drake beef couldn't have happened at a worse time because like he's already like, you know, people are already talking about him getting in that older category, and like, you know, whether he can keep up with the whole, you know, almost like teenage love story thing. You know, what's he gonna start talking about? How's his music gonna start sounding? And this is a big bump in the road when it comes to you being like at the age you are and how long you've been around. Because, you know, you came out in like 2009, 2010, you know, so you were like a part of that same caliber of artists that we're talking about. And like some of them are on the up and up, you know, and just like gonna be solidified as just almost like Hall of Famers when it comes to the rap category. You know what I mean? Like
Definitely.
super solidified. Like when you look back at their catalog, they're just respected just as much as you know, a Jay or a Nas or whoever. Like there's people that look at say Kendrick like Jay and Nas and like that's who the guy to be now. You know, so I mean that's why I say it's hard to compare, cause like of course I was waiting on the JPEG album and shit like that. Dang spazzing.
Sleeping? I got some
Uh-huh.
crazy dreams sometimes.
Really? Hmm. It's probably him trying to stop you from Drake spitting in your mouth. He's struggling.
2015, 2016, I feel like that was like a crazy just time in terms of like number of drops, because this year we've seen I mean Kanye for one, JPEG, Denzel, Curry, Vince Staples, Schoolboy Q, like just the sheer number of not only name but quality drops. I feel like there was definitely a big lull for a while, in between, especially during like COVID times. There was kind of I mean, there's always going to be good music, I would like to say, but just in terms of the sheer number of good quality big name drops this year has been like, I would say, pretty good. One of the better ones that I can remember, or maybe my expectations are just low.
Mm. Yeah, all the COVID drops are kind of like anxiety drops. Even Scaring the Hose was made during COVID.
Mm.
You know, and it's like I guess there was a lull because we kind of were adapting to like this new way of entertainment. Like I was just watching the Locks and Dipset uh, their verses the other day. Like,
I
you know,
remember
and
that,
I was
watching
just
those.
like, see, that was a good moment. That was a real cool moment in hip hop. You know, and I was like, that was during a time when you'd expect the least, but you got the most. You know, so.
Yeah,
But
there's definitely an adaptation to what we needed at that time for sure. That was super cool.
yeah,
Some verses, talking about verses, but
even flipping pages, going to like UFC. Dude, I go back and watch like UFC fights during COVID all the time. I love that. Fight Island. That was like my shit. I love Fight Island. Like I thought that shit was the coolest, just because there was no crowd and like something that like it became almost like the sacred sport because it was just fucking bones and flesh kicking each other and hitting each other. Like I was like, damn, this is like real combat. This is like real gladiator shit. Like this is, I feel like I'm like a king or something, like some type of monarchy, just watching these fucking warriors go at it. Like I was like, and you could tell that all these dudes, they're hungry to fight too. Like, you know, it's like everybody doesn't have like a, it's not like we're on this global tour going here and going there and stuff like that. Like you either get to Fight Island or you don't. So it's like, shit was nuts. I love that. Music kind of reflected that too, but there's a lot of desperation in the air when it came to the music too, though. And I'm like, you motherfuckers just trying to stay relevant. You ain't trying to get forgotten about within COVID. Like you're not trying to be another small business, huh? You know. So it's kind of how I felt during COVID.
yeah.
But this has been a cool year, man. I mean, shit. Like between the Drake and the Kendrick beef alone, powder some good releases in. Like
some new artists too, like Tommy Richmond, kind of coming more
hitting the scene.
Yeah, getting the scene with good quality consistently. Kind of getting their catching their stride. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder who else has been like catching their stride in 2024.
For me, JPEG Mafia on this last album, because I mean, I appreciated some of his songs before, but I like this album a lot more than any of his other ones.
Really? Mm-hmm. Dang.
I feel like it's a little bit more. I don't even know how a little bit more easily digestible for some reason. Maybe because I'm more familiar. I listened to like rock and like punk stuff in the past, so maybe I don't know. There's a lot of influence of that, or you know what I mean, on his album. So I feel like maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah. I definitely I think it comes second to LP and it'd be like fighting with Scaring the Hose and then like even like shit. I mean even Veteran is dope. So I don't know. It's up there, but it's definitely doesn't fall short. That's for sure. I didn't expect any. I dudes like this. I just have so much confidence that they'll never fall short because there's no thing to fall to. Like you're not one of those types of artists where you're almost put in a box. Like the box is actually open for you to explore. That's cool having like a fan base like that. You probably don't have too many people out there that are willing to do that, but those that are. Shit, give you free reign, bro. We'll digest anything you basically feed us. I mean, as long as it's got your touch and you actually cared about it, I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be cool with me.
Yeah.
He's really good.
Yeah. What else? I can't think of any other artists that are really just like catching their stride in 2024.
Yeah.
Ice Spice.
Yeah. Y2K.
Not necessarily for me, but I didn't listen to her album.
I didn't tune into that either.
I should give it a.
I heard she has a Funko Pop coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
You gonna buy it?
You are.
I'm gonna sniff it.
Yeah, I bet. Scratch and sniff.
It's a scratch and sniff. But there's a bit, yeah. I mean, even her album too, a big name right now. Oh, did you see Drake announced him and Party Next Door are gonna release a collab album in the fall? And this year's far from over too, so that's why.
He ain't right for that.
What'd you say?
He ain't right for that.
He ain't right for that?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like when you need Party now you're trying to do a collab with one of your label mates.
Yeah.
Like where's your collaboration with Majid Jordan and what happened to Roy Woods and
they were there.
What about Division and Party Next Door and it's like I'm just saying you've neglected them so long. What now you're gonna do a collab album with fucking Party?
You think he neglected Party though? I feel like he always gets.
When's the last Drake and Party Next Door song?
Not this recent album, but the one before maybe.
When or what?
The last one I can think of is something about enemies. Something says something about enemies.
Or even
friends.
I'll give you even better. When's the last time Drake was on something Party Next Door release?
Well, oh yeah, Party Next Door was on For All the Dogs, but
yeah, so members only. He was on there.
But I'm talking about last time he was on a Party Next Door song was on Party Mobile. Loyal. Yeah, Party Mobile. So that's only. I mean, it's not like he was on everyone, but he's been on all the Party Next Door series. I feel like Come and See Me's on P3. Not the first one, of course. That was before he was signed.
But I mean, Party Next Door, like, let's get off Party too. I mean, and that's like, I think he should have been working with Party more the whole time, and that's one thing. But Party's also like a prolific songwriter, so like he kind of almost like doesn't even count, and you still neglect him. So it's like, but like what about like all the other guys? Like all I'm trying to say is that
I think him and Party Next Door probably work really closely together on Drake music.
A lot.
That's what I think.
I'm sure. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh, but now you're gonna basically throw your arm around somebody.
But what if Party Next Door doesn't want to like release an album every year or like be like touring every year or shit like that?
I
Just
never
wants
said you have to release an album every year. All I'm saying is that dude Drake he doesn't collab with his own label mates that like he's signed to that much. He just doesn't.
No, not a lot.
It's just convenient. It just sounds really like suspect to me. Like I'm like, oh, okay, like trying to. It's like you're nervous to walk in the party, so you like throw your arm around somebody and like you want to walk in with them, just to seem like you're like familiar with everybody else and shit. Like, that's all I'm saying. I'm like, what's Drake gonna do? Oh, so he's gonna use somebody as like a shield, you know. We're gonna collab now, party. Like what the fuck? I don't know. I'm just like, I mean, I'll be cool. I'll be tuning in and all. I'm just critiquing the move. You know.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure how to feel about it, just because I don't know. It's obviously gonna be some R&B shit. I'm sure Drake will mix in some. I bet there might be like a hip hop track in there that he'll mix in, or a solo Drake track or two or something. But
they make magic every time they're together, and I'm halfway excited that you even said that because I didn't know that before you said that, but I'm just talking like warfare type shit.
yeah, there's also a rumor going around that he's got like he might release an album or like an EP or something with produced by Conductor Williams.
Really?
Source on that one is "Trust Me, Bro," but on the other one he said it himself.
What'd you say?
I said the source on that one is "Trust Me, Bro," but the other one he said himself at the concert, at the Party Next Door concert.
Oh. Oh, really?
But that would be interesting because remember I said that. I was like, that's what I would like to see from Drake.
Like a Conductor Williams produced thing. It won't appeal to all the casuals, but all the purists will like it.
That could be a fire like double 2-album thing. Little pack with Conductor and then collab with Party.
Yeah.
Do both. That's what he's good at right there. When he gets in between, that's when I don't like it.
Yeah.
But when he's like smooth R&B and then just like rap, I'm like fire.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess if you do play both fields like that, it would be a smart thing in your favor.
Do you ever read a Game Informer magazine?
Game Informer? No. What's that?
What? You probably have them. I'll look up a cover for you. Like, you never been like...
Wait. Like video games and like cheat codes and shit?
I believe there are cheat codes in there. But it's like... It was like the...
Like it'd be at the book fair and shit?
Maybe at the book fair. For sure at like... I would find it, at the grocery store or bookstore or something. I would just like... Because that's when magazines were more of a thing. Like my grandma would be reading magazines, so I'd pick out Game Informer, and it had all like the new like news and stuff for upcoming games and different things like that. Let's see if I can find like a. Even go into images. Oh, here we go. Here, this is Halo, but let's see what I mean by it. It's a magazine.
Oh yes, I have. Wow.
Well, they're shutting down.
Are they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. I remember these books. They're really skinny, huh?
Pretty skinny, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. They always had sick covers.
Dang. Before I saw this image, I was talking about something else, but I was talking about more like the packet kind of thing, just mainly cheat code books,
Cheat code books, yeah.
Just cheat code books, but yeah, Game Informer.
My parents had to have been so pissed when they gave me money for the book fair and I came home with cheat code books.
Yeah.
God damn it. But yeah, I mean, I feel bad, but nothing we can do now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Shouldn't have went public. Yeah, magazines, man. I wonder if those will ever go extinct.
Seems like they might.
Magazines, huh? I feel like car catalog magazines would do fine still. Because, I mean, if you show people, like, different cars, you know, if the car is nice, it'll sell. So I see a lot of, like, whenever I go get my oil change and shit, it's like, I see, like, a lot of magazines with, like, cars and, like, they're for sale and kind of, like, catalog style.
Yeah, I could see home decor magazines being around,
Yeah.
but I feel like it's gonna be mostly like very like niche subscription.
Yeah.
Like someone that wants that, or like doctor's offices for their damn
Mm-hmm.
for their waiting room.
Have you ever had a book subscription or a magazine subscription?
I had Sports Illustrated Kids when I was a kid. I don't know
Yeah.
why, or if I had to pay for that, or how
Yeah.
I got that. If I asked for it, or what.
Yeah.
I remember getting Sports Illustrated Kids all the time. Being ready for that. You know what else? East Bay magazine. That wasn't like a subscription, but that was fire.
Yeah.
I used to be so excited to pick out one of those and just go look at all that shit in there.
You're like E99.
I'm like, ooh. Get to that baseball section.
Yeah.
See what they got.
Vapor.
They even had to take around the basketball section, look at the sneakers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Elite Cool.
SKU number 09358.
Forest Green.
Yeah.
Larry Fitzgerald autograph.
Sports Illustrated Kids was sick too. There's always like a poster inside, I think.
When I was a kid, I had a National Geographic subscription.
National Geographic.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick. That explains a lot.
Yeah. What's that mean?
Means it explains your tropical tropical creatures.
Tropical. It's always been like a funny ass word to me.
Tropical?
Tropical.
I like that word. I like tropical fruits. Anything tropical, that sounds
Tropical.
cool. That sounds good. Like
Yeah.
I want to get tropical.
Yeah.
You know. Island.
Tropical.
Tropical storm.
Yeah.
That's not too good, but
It just always had a lot of zing to it.
really.
Yeah, tropical. It's like,
I love saying a word so much then it starts sounding weird, you know, like tropical.
Yeah.
I say it enough times. It's like, what the fuck am I saying?
well, I like breaking down words.
Like with their roots and all that.
Yeah. I mean, and just finding the tie-ins, like just principle-based stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, what is tropic?
What is tro?
Tro. Exactly. What's pick? You know? I'm serious. Like, they would be breaking all that shit down. It means this. It means that. It means with trees or something. Like, that's probably what tro means. Probably like with trees.
Yeah.
Pick, you know, pickle or whatever. I don't know. Shit, I don't know. I don't know how it would break down. Tropical, you know? And maybe that's like how they used to say it.
Right.
Because that's the other thing. Like, language is crazy because it's almost like it's almost like art. Like, it's like since people see it different and shit, it's like different trends of like how people see it have carried on.
And it's changing.
Yeah. Like I've watched linguistics dudes on the internet explain how like UK vernacular is like basically the same roots of country talking people. You know, so like basically when the settlers first came over here, they started talking like this and then it slowly turned into this. You know, and it's just like how it evolved, you know, how it changed throughout time. That's how it transcended time, and it just turns into something else. That's like, and then once it's different enough to like almost separate itself, like funny how it's like the similar to the colonizers, you know, different. They're different, so they're separating themselves from where they want to be, and by that time, when you get settled with whatever it is and it's different enough, you just label something different on it, and then it becomes that. Like, for instance, like SZA, she creates like all these dope progressive R&B, contemporary R&B kind of songs, and then she just, once it's like popping enough and like it sounds cool and it's different enough, she calls it glitter pop. So then everything you make after that is considered glitter pop now. You know, It's R&B, you know, if you really want to break it down like that. But since you labeled it something different, now it's this, you know. It's
Yeah.
like it used to just be called slang. Now it's called Black Ebonics.
What?
Yeah, Ebonics.
What's that?
Ebonics is basically like it's like the educational way of saying like slang or black people language pretty much. Like, hey, what's up, partner? What's up? What's cracking? Like, what's the dealio? You know, shit like that. Like, they call that like in people study that like, and it's called Ebonics. Yeah.
I once saw a video of like a language expert. Is it a linguist?
Linguist, yeah.
Talking about how like Young Thug was like progressing like language or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was sick.
Yeah, because he's doing all that shit and like putting all that vernacular into like rhyme pattern, but it's still using like the same like vowels and like how'd you say like the like syllables and shit like that, and like reforming and reshaping words to for your thing. But he naturally does that because that's the way they're twang, you know. They don't say like you can't rhyme thing with twang, but you can rhyme thang with twang. You know, if you switch the word, it's like switching the voicing. And just with all instruments, whenever you like switch the voicing on it, that's how you really get like a dynamic sound. You know. So cuz anybody can say, "Hello, how are you doing?" But it's like different when you're like, "Hey, what's up, man? What's cracking?" It's like the same exact thing, you're just revoicing it. It's way more. It's a whole different flavor.
What if I say, "Ooh, I'm gonna make a name for myself here."
There you go.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
The Gambit.
Oh, that's funny. Deadpool
We ain't never had a Wolverine up in here.
Wolverine up in here.
No spoilers, but
Yeah, like that. See, and that's
Cajun,
Cajun. Yeah,
like the coach from the Waterboy.
yeah, yeah. That's like a whole thing, man. Like, hey, he went over there by the bedpost and he hit him with it. Yeah, yeah. One time I went over to Macaroni House and did the thing. I think that chicken around the way was about to get a cluck. About to lay a couple eggs and eat something real quick.
Yeah, that's different dialects and accents and stuff. Definitely pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Do you think people from Arizona have a particular like dialect or way they talk?
I always ask people that when they're from somewhere like super alien from here. I always ask them that.
What do they say? No.
No, I get a mixed bag, but like, you know, a lot of people do say like, you know, you do sound like you're. They said we could tell you're like not from like the South. Or I could tell that you're like, you know,
Tell
like
you're
from
not
the
from
the
there.
West.
Could tell you're not from the South.
Yeah.
I guess that's alright.
Yeah.
There's probably like California can be like a number of things too. California's got a mix.
Yeah, I think it's just the West. I think the West kind of has like a we never have like a nobody from the West is like say well, that's not true. Other than natives are aboriginal, so like the West is like the new frontier to even something that was already a new frontier. So it's like it never could have like its own thing because it never was its own thing per se. You know, like
The new frontier.
this is that gold rush shit over here. So like everybody came down here, all types of fools, you know. So it's just like a mixed bag. Whereas like say in New York and shit, people have been living there first generation, you know.
Yeah.
The same people that came on the boats, their great grandsons and granddaughters are still there. It's the same house.
Yeah.
You know, or down the street. So they get to maintain that that culture. Cooking recipes that their great grandmas made and shit like that, you know. because they still got the paper.
Yeah.
I'm
Still got the
jealous.
same
I'm
paper.
jealous of people like that have that much outlook on their past life,
Like record of it.
records and clear, concise records of like who your people were and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
super jealous of people that have all that put together, because that means you have like a big, huge clarifier for who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you come from.
Exactly. I mean, if everybody was if everybody was a musician, or everybody was a print and press person, or worked for the news station, or was a cook or something like that, or anybody in your family, even if they did something different or if they've all done the same thing, it's just nice to know that like you had somebody in the family that did that, like, because in essence you kind of get you not only get inspiration, but you also like have the belief system to say that you could do it too.
Well, would
You
you
know,
ever think about doing a 23andMe or something?
I've done my own research, and as far back as I could get was like 1912. I found like my great great granddad.
Great great granddad.
Yeah,
Where's he
or
at?
or he'd be, yeah, like my some man. It was like my great great granddad or my mom's. Was it my mom's? See, that's the thing too, cause like, uh, I don't think my like I don't think my mom has a clarifying like um like father figure kind of dude where he's like that was him, that was them, that was them, so it's like it's just all like cloudy, you know so it's just kind of like, dang, I wish I could know exactly who was who and who did what where, everything, where they came from, so, and then you can go back and you can be like, okay, like this is where it all started. It's kind of sick. It really lets you see square one, So, you know how far like your family goes back and stuff.
No,
No,
no, no.
like
I don't
where they
know.
where they came from, what their original language was, like what they used to do, farmers, like fucking,
Not past like
sharecroppers.
not past like my great grandparents on my dad's side, really,
Yeah,
because I knew them.
yeah.
But
Cause it'd just be sick, man. Like imagine if like one of them came from France, the other one came from Spain, or South America. Like that's just crazy to see those lines connect into you.
I just gravitate towards the Aztecs. If I go back far enough, it'd probably be the Aztecs,
You're just guessing though, right?
probably.
Yeah, Azteca.
Mm-hmm. Because because my grandparents on my mom's side are from Mexico, and their family's from Mexico,
Mm-hmm.
and then on my great grandparents I think it'd be like great 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 from Mexico on that side. My great grandpa on my dad's side, he's pretty interesting because he used to have a donut shop in Colorado. It wasn't Aspen. It was another place like that. Can't think of the name right now.
Hmm. A little place called Aspen.
Yeah, this was a long time ago, and so they would live there in the summers, and he'd have a donut shop there. And then he had a fucking jewelry shop here in Scottsdale.
Mm.
So I'm like,
Some
that's pretty
middle
sick.
some middle of the mall shit.
No, it's in Fashion Square, or not Fashion Square, Old Town.
Word.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
This is like a long time ago.
Is it still there?
Oh yeah, it's still there.
Yeah.
No, it's not a jewelry store, but the property's still
Oh,
there.
okay.
My grandpa owns it.
Okay.
My grandpa owns it.
Yeah. What is it now?
Bunch of different stores there. I don't know the exact shop what it is. Might be like the baseballism store or some shit right now.
Oh,
I haven't been there in a minute.
this boy knows. He's trying to play silent witness.
Nah, I haven't been there in a minute. But and then my grandpa or my grandparents from my mom's side, they're from somewhere around like Chihuahua, Mexico.
Hmm.
They're more like rancher people.
Hmm.
But I never asked him how, like, what he came here on. I think it was like train or something. He likes taking the train for some reason. But I've never asked him about that whole thing.
Train.
I've never asked him about that whole thing, that whole process. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
But Yeah, I mean, for me, it would be cool, but I don't know. More so, I guess the people. For me, what I like is the perspective of like, man, like this guy used to like. This guy was like a slave or something, or this guy was I don't know, whatever. Just for example, like a rancher or whatever. It's like, and now I'm just like, just here, what I am. I'm just this.
Yeah.
And he was like, fought in the Civil War or some shit, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
It could just it's just like funny perspective.
But no matter where you're at, like it's like when you get to know like where it all started, it just gives you this whole different concept of how you're gonna start.
At first, I'm like super grateful, but then I'm like, damn, they never even thought of my ass. They never thought of me as a result.
Yeah, of course. No, nobody can. I guess it's the difference between just handing somebody the remote and asking them to play or telling them to play, and then or like showing them how you played and how you play, and then at least them getting to observe like how it works.
Imagine when you die, you get to meet like all your dead ancestors.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be sick, huh?
That'd be super cool. Boom! No, I'm playing. No, that'd be sick though. That would be cool.
Want to find out? No, I'm just kidding.
Find out. Want to meet your maker? Got a bone to pick with you.
But yeah, that would be sick, huh? That'd be like some Black Panther shit.
Black Panther?
Yeah, isn't that what happens in
Oh. T'Challa?
there? Mm-hmm.
What if they don't like you when you get there?
That's what I was thinking about initially. Imagine you don't get along with them.
Yeah.
They're like, that's what I was thinking. Like, imagine like they were like a rancher, just like some blue collar, just hard worker shit, and then they're just like, look at you, like they're disappointed. They're like, damn.
What if you still need to get a job in heaven?
That would.
It's like shit ain't sweet up here.
Just yeah. You just start all. You just have to start over. It's just the same thing.
Yeah, it's like Tupac's multi-diamond up here. It's like the Egyptians love Tupac, the Greeks love Tupac. I'm telling you, him and King Alexander, they hang out all the time.
Right. Yeah, how would heaven even work anyway? Like, are there people just walking around in like everyday clothes like us that just recently died, and then also like Spartans walking around and shit, or what are they wearing?
I think you probably die. You probably wear whatever you died in.
That's a funny mix walking around out there, don't you think?
That's a super funny mix. You got dudes with like holes in their fucking shirts and shit.
Yeah, like motorcyclists, like missing their head, like holding their heads and shit. Like just like all different types of shit.
You got dudes that are like flat.
Yeah. Flat people, burnt people.
Yeah, he's like, fuck that factory.
Yeah.
Fuck Goodyear tires.
Yeah. That's crazy. That'd be a sick movie.
Yeah. Yeah, you're in whatever you died in, and
you look exactly the same.
And like say the only way to like return or like to like how do you say to I guess what do they call that?
Reincarnate?
Yeah, reincarnate. There you go. Good catch. The only way to reincarnate is to like maybe like you have like an assignment, and until you complete the assignment up there, you can't return back. But then it's almost like one of those things where some people are like, I don't want to go back anyway, But then other people's aspirations are like, oh yeah, I want to go back, like no matter what. Like I just want another chance. Like I know I can do it this time. I didn't like the way that it turned out at first or whatever, So I just want like another chance. And I know I'm not gonna meet like my significant other again or anything. Or maybe that'd be cool too. Maybe you meet them, and it's them, but they're like reincarnated too, but they're like different people. You know what I'm saying? And wouldn't that be funny if, like, say right now you date like a girl or whatever, but then in the next life, and you have to take it as it rolls. What if in the next life, your girl, like she did it the same assignment, she completed hers and shit, but when she came back, she was a dude. So like it's like in that life, like you feel like, you know, homosexual or something. That's the reason why. Because the girl that you like, she's in a dude's body now. So like that's who you're attracted to. So you'll always like find them and stuff like that. Like it could be called like twin flame or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then when you like, you know, that'd be like a funny like movie.
If I die, I want a new girl.
New girl. New girl, new watch, new car.
No, I'm just kidding. I do always wonder what happens. Like, what if you get? I always feel like, for some reason, to me, I'm drawn to like being like reincarnated as an animal. It's like which one do you get though? That's like the scary part. Like,
yeah.
Like I would love to be, you know, like a dog. Even then, it depends though. Even if you're like a great animal that gets taken care of like a dog, you can still have like a shitty ass owner and shit, and kicks you and all that.
Oh yeah.
But I guess that's part of it.
Kicks you.
Maybe that's it. Like depending on how well you live your life, like how good morals you have, so that determines what kind of dog, or not dog, but what type of creature, animal at all.
Yeah.
Like shitty people, they're ants.
Yeah. Huh. That's what's interesting about that, like animal conscience. You know, it's like, what does being an ant feel like? What does, you know?
I always look at rabbits, because especially what intrigues me is, and because it is most animals too, because their lifespans are so short.
Yeah.
You know?
So their time perception would inevitably be different.
Like 3 years.
Right.
If your lifespan is 3 years, like tops, it's like what does that feel like?
Like bro, like between us talking like for an hour and 6 minutes and him just kind of like, you know, wavering on your dog, like dude, we've kind of like been here for like 2 weeks.
That's like a day, I think, or something.
Nah, it's probably like, I don't know. It seems like, because I mean, what would you say? An average lifespan of a human is probably like what, 7 to 8 times as much as a dog, I would imagine.
They say 7 years. 7 years is.
I was going off 10. So I mean, I'm giving them a little bit of restraint. So let's just say 10. Let's just say 10 just for numerical reasons, and let's just say you live till you're like 80. So it's like.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. So it's like. I mean, that'd be 10 years each for you. That'd be.
I've heard Neil deGrasse Tyson talk about it.
Really?
Like that. Yeah, I think he said it's like 8 hours is like 2 weeks or a week or something.
8 hours
like
is 2 weeks?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do
like
right now.
Like when you come home from work, when they're so happy to see you.
Yeah.
It's been like 2 weeks.
Huh.
But yeah, something else like a rabbit. Like, yeah, your life, or a fly.
A fly, yeah. I think of the flies a lot. I think crickets a lot too. Roaches.
Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, but if you think about it though, if everybody knew the codes to that wouldn't be a good thing.
What about plants?
Imagine.
You ever think about trees or like plants having that too? Because they're kind of like alive. They need water.
They have all the properties of being alive, but it's just like, where's the conscious at?
Mm-hmm.
But they also have enough conscious to like say grow in the right directions.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like it's just
and something about music too isn't that like something that music helps them grow or makes them grow faster or some shit?
I'm not sure, but there is a big connection between analog music and plants. Like there's this album called Plantasia. It's like an ambient electronic album that's like based all around like plant sounds.
There's no conclusive scientific evidence that music helps plants grow, but some studies have shown that plants can respond to sounds and vibrations. Plants can sense their environment through touch, light, scent, wind, and gravity, and can also respond to sounds. In nature, vibrations from wind, rushing water, animals, and insects can affect plants' well-being. Some say that certain types of music and sound vibrations can stimulate cytoplasmic streaming, a process that helps plants transport nutrients, proteins, and organelles through their fluids. I wish there was like an optional like free school you could go to whenever you want. You know what I mean? Like I would go to class right now. I'd get stoned and go to class. Wouldn't that be kind of fun? Like if it was optional though, like when it's mandatory and you're paying like thousands of dollars, it's like fucked. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
if it's just like on a whim, wanting to go
Like you
one
just
time,
go in and it's like, okay, today, and right when the clock hits like 12 o'clock, it's like, all right, we're teaching about quilting today, and it's like people walk out because like, I didn't want that.
fuck no, no.
But then
I
some
would,
people like
yeah.
stay because they're like, fuck yeah.
I'd prefer it if they had multiple options. Like all right, Tuesday at 6 p.m. I'm going to that
Who's funding this?
this organic chemistry class. I don't know. The ones that are sending $200 billion to Ukraine.
All these meth dudes are in there.
Just to use the water fountain, and just to use the bathroom.
Yeah. I was talking about dudes to learn how to cook. He said organic chemistry.
What if it was like a membership? Or instead of like the whole school process and all that's a lot. What if it was just like you sign up and you just pay like $34 a month or some shit, and you can like go to one class a month, kind of like yoga or fitness classes.
I just had a great idea right now.
Let's hear it.
Like
Trademark.
Kind of.
Don't wait. LLC.
Not really.
Owned.
Don't. You fucking dick. I have it signed over. Anything you say. Yeah. But no, like what if there was jobs that not only you built like, money and like a career off of, but they were eligible since you're like, say like, working for like a government entity or any place where like it's like a super duper needed job. What if it also contributed inevitably to your like student loan? Like say if you were like you're like one of the eligible things would be like say a grocery store clerk, because it's like in the community, helping people with their groceries, bagging it up or whatever, a simple job, right? And like what if like it also had, with whatever you make, there's like a small percentage of what goes towards your student loan or whatever, because it's like, because you're already getting it like in taxes and things like that. So like if you have a job and stuff and you're making money, you're also making somebody else money too by working there. So like what if a small portion, just like how they ask you, how much of this do you want to go to your health care? How much of this do you want to go to your dental? How much of it do you want to go to your student loan? But not even like out of your check. It's just something that the government or like, like the states or whatever offer that like chip away at somebody's, student loan. Because it's like it's a community based thing, like, or what if it like a police officer, like, dude, you're like a cop, dude,
it's like a job perk type thing. Maybe if they did it that way, that sounds like it could be the same thing. Like if your job contributed every paycheck to your student loan.
That's what I'm saying. Because you know how like they say they'll help you pay for school. Okay, well why don't you help me after too? You know what I mean? Like what if what you gave me wasn't enough? So when I get out, that'd be nice to have a program to where say 3%. We'll pay 3% of your check, or I can up the ante to whatever I want, to where it'll be like, okay, 15% of my check, or I don't know, maybe after a couple years you could be eligible for that stuff. But say 3% start off, after 4 years it's like 5%, and it just goes up and up and up, and to the point where maybe you're actually really chipping away because you're working at this job.
Yeah.
Like what if you're in the gas fields? Like we all need that. Like it's something where you're contributing towards something. Like saying if you're, but if you're like a fucking like actor or something like that, I mean, sorry, man, we just don't offer that. But it's like any type of things like where it's community involved, I think that'd be a great program. That'd be dope.
Yeah. I agree with you.
Yeah. Just take it out of the taxes that you're already claiming. Put it towards my schooling. I mean, it pays for like, it's basically like good for the country. It has a lot of benefits. Like,
no, man, I paid all my student loans, bro. Why should someone else get that?
You say you paid all your student loans. Why should somebody else
I didn't get any
that?
help, man.
Really?
Yeah, I'm playing devil's advocate.
Well, yeah, I can tell, but see, it's like, well, maybe there can be a program where if you're within a certain threshold, there's still time for you. But we're also not gonna pay for your, $600,000 because you haven't paid it in like, friggin' 10 years and shit either.
Yeah.
So maybe if you're within 30,000, we can also like kind of how do you say, grandfather you in. Yeah. That's all I'm saying. That'd be a good program. that actually like makes sense and actually sounds like it could actually like work.
It could.
Yeah.
Then they'll never let you do that.
Yeah.
They'll never let you give away their money.
Yeah. It'd be really enticing but see the thing about it though is like you're also but imagine this though if you're intrigued in programs like that, that means you probably went to school in the first place. That means you're upping the ante of quality when it comes to your company. So I mean if you do offer that program, you have a bunch of ex collegiate or academic people that are trying to get their things paid for. That just ups. I mean, it's a quality over quantity kind of thing, like. So, I mean, I'd love a bunch of people that are academics, working for me, no matter what it is. I don't care if it's Chick-fil-A or if it's the fucking gas rig, because more than likely they'll probably stay, and two, they'll probably move up into like higher ranks, more than likely too. So.
Yeah.
In places that you need like management and like different divisions.
I mean, I don't know much about like. I'm pretty bad at like current knowledge and of current events and government, but I do feel like we spend a lot of money on military and a lot of money on sending it to other countries, to where we could just if we could just put more funding into the school system alone and then not have any more fucking not even have to pay for school.
A small percentage would probably do it.
Yeah. Of the $200 billion. One time I saw we sent $200 billion somewhere, and I just like, damn, that's so much money.
Yeah.
Like, how rich could that make everyone if we used it here? We sent it over. $200 billion.
Yeah, they print it, they make it. It's a made up thing.
It's probably ours. Anyway, I mean, it definitely is ours, obviously.
No, it's theirs because they made it. They printed it that day.
I just meant more like it's probably like the cash that should be in the banks, but the bank couldn't even get if we all needed it.
That's the thing though. None of that is a fungible thing. Like that's how you know it's super duper made up. No, it's not that. But a lot of the money, most of the money that we're talking about is non-fungible. So it's like it's not even really real. That's how crazy we've become on this earth.
Yeah.
Like we're in debt and stuff, but it's a clock. Like that's not like there's that amount of money that you're looking at. There's no amount of money in the world that could cover that, like via physical. I mean, that might as well be like an analog record or something like that. It literally is an analog record. Like we've been when it comes to money and currency, we've been in a digital age like way longer than we've and have dealt with way more money digitally than we've ever spent. We just rack it up on the fucking credit card, Because believe it or not, if the ATM doesn't have any money, it doesn't matter if you have $1 million. Nothing's coming out.
Unless you have gold.
Nothing's coming out. If the ATM don't have money, you don't either. Technically. And if you can't spend it via card without being physical, then you don't have any money.
Yeah.
It's like they couldn't even print all that, the number that they owe. So if they ever do pay it or whatever, it's like, dude, it's all gonna be a thing that's a digital transaction. It's like fucking an error. It's almost like thinking that you own Rich Ass Haitian, like on vinyl, because you listen to it on Spotify. It's like, no, it's not here. It's on your phone, and it's somewhere else. And it's actually kind of low-key in air. It's being, like, transmitted to you.
Yeah, 35 trillion.
Yeah. I wonder how much money today is printed in American dollar. How much, with everybody's combined physical, like, actual money, money piles. Wonder how much money there is in America. Even if we were to like say, okay, everybody put everything they have into the jar. We're gonna clear up the debt, and we're gonna reimburse you guys eventually.
Well, okay, so I looked up how much physical money is in the world, and it said the amount of physical money in the world, also known as narrow money, is difficult to calculate because it depends on how you define money. Narrow money includes physical currency like coins and banknotes, and money in checking and savings accounts. The Bank for International Settlements estimated that the total value of narrow money in circulation in 2021 was 8.28 trillion across 20 major countries and the euro area. However, this is only a roughly estimate because there are nearly 200 countries in the world. So 20 major countries, there's 8.28 trillion.
8.28 trillion?
Mm-hmm.
And we owe 35 trillion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see? Even if that means if everybody in the fucking world, including the people that we owe, put their money into a pot, we still couldn't pay it. We could knock off a little, what is that? That's like 35 to 8. Is that like 12%?
But wait, didn't? Oh, maybe. Let's see. I thought someone like offered to pay off the national debt. Like some rich dude. I could be making that up.
That's a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah. What are we supposed to do about that? Not my problem. It seems like.
You're not supposed to do anything because you know what? That's what makes it go round. They want to be in that. It's like, why would we want it to be all happy-go-lucky? Then everybody would feel like they have the right to stop. I'll say this. I don't think America would have put themselves in a position if they weren't knowing what they were doing. I think it's purposeful.
Could be.
Yeah, I think it's purposeful. I think that's how it's designed to work. I think that's how that's like that's a carburetor in the engine of America. It's just a piece. Like it's like how it works. It's how it's designed. I'm sure without it, it just the car wouldn't run right. Probably get too spooky.
Yeah, I'm sure we could engross ourselves in some political and governmental YouTube videos.
Oh yeah, that's definitely not my my neighborhood when it comes to the YouTube world, but yeah, I find it interesting at times. It's a medium that affects us pretty directly, depending on where you live and where you are.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, shit, I got nothing else.
Yeah, I'm about tapered out too.
Cool. Find us at Don't Wait on YouTube. I don't know if we'll post it anywhere else.
Don't Wait on Tidal.
Don't Wait
with lossless audio.
Yeah. Find us on Rumble.
Find us on Hinge. Hey, low-key, that'd be pretty smart though. Imagine if we when we started up and stuff officially, it's putting it on Hinge and Tinder and shit.
Grindr.
And just Grindr and whatever, and just saying yo, this isn't a profile to date. It's just we want you to listen to our podcast.
Yeah, they probably report our asses, huh?
No, I hope not.
Who knows? Maybe we can. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe we can find guests on there. Find interesting people.
Yeah. That'd be kind of funny.
I wonder if there's an app for that.
What?
Where all the podcasters go to swipe each other to be if they want to be in each other's podcast.
Oh, that'd be funny.
Oh, you both swiped right. Oh, we can make a collab.
Would you want to do that? You'd want to go to somebody else's pod? Oh shit.
I would be down to return the favor.
That'd be dope.
I feel like that's what they do nowadays.
I see dudes at First Friday. They have this pod that they be doing out there.
Really?
Yeah, It's like before you get to Wildflower. There's like these dudes out there that be doing like these like sit down on the street pods.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, they got these little roads too.
Really?
Or they might even have the handheld or something like that.
They make an extension for this that turns it into like a handheld microphone.
Really?
That you just plug into this. Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. But shit, don't wait.
Don't wait.
Thanks for listening. Bye.